Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Veronica. I am the Christian It Girl. Today we're doing episode 3 of the truth behind my engagement. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this episode. I just pray that the Lord would be glorified in the truth that I'm speaking behind my own personal engagement so that it makes other women feel less crazy and less lonely in their season of engagement. It is not everything that it's cracked up to be. I think that there needs to be way more transparency during the engagement phase. Obviously, not every single engagement is the same. My experience may not be somebody else's experience. Today, I'm going to be talking about 8 different pillars that I have discovered, witnessed, and experienced during my own engagement. I'm about halfway through my engagement. I got engaged back in March. It was beautiful. It was just the most lovely experience. Shout out to my fiance for just putting in that work. He is amazing. Our relationship is amazing. It is good. It is solid in the name of Jesus, but that does not mean that we have not been through so much hardship. I'm going to go through quickly the 8 different pillars that I'm going to be talking about. Number 1, coming out of the honeymoon phase. Pillar 2, losing friends and feeling failed by people. Pillar 3, premarital counseling, the conflict no one talks about. Pillar 4, cross-cultural and long-distance realities. Pillar 5, your own therapy, my own therapy journey, I should say it like that. Pillar 6, coping in unhealthy ways. Pillar 7, the pressure of being a Christian influencer. And Pillar 8, the beauty on the other side. Pillar 1 is coming out of the honeymoon phase. Back in June, I went to go meet up with my fiance in Miami, and when I tell y'all, we were butting heads. And his sister said something so prominent to me. She was like, the reason why this is happening is because your engagement period has just begun while you're fading out of the honeymoon phase. And I don't know why that was so profound to me, but I was not able to put it into words, and I was so confused why we were bashing heads, but it was supposed to be like the most, iconic time. There's so many different factors as to why the honeymoon phase ends. Again, every couple is different. You could be in the honeymoon phase for a year. You could be in the honeymoon phase for 5 years. You could be in the honeymoon phase for your whole marriage. But for us, the absolute realities of what we were about to step into, I think, came to the forefront of our minds. My relationship when we were courting outside of being engaged was literally picture perfect. Like, meet this handsome, tall man of God. He has an accent. He's well educated, all this stuff. Girl, I was like, let me climb up this tree. When we got engaged, I felt like, again, the Mr. Krabs meme. I'm like, everything was spinning around. I was so happy, but I was like, oh my gosh, wedding planning. Oh, let's dive in. The realities of what marriage actually is hit me like a freight train. A marriage is not a wedding. Your marriage is not the wedding day. Your marriage is not a white dress. Your marriage is not one day. It's the rest of your lives. And I could not understand that because I think I idolized marriage and a wedding for so long. It started to mesh into one. The amount of sacrifice and humility that you need to step into marriage is unlike anything I think I've ever experienced in my whole life. My entire life, I have been a selfish freaking wench. Veronica, why would you say I've been a selfish freaking wench? It's always been about me, what I want, my timeline, what I need. It's always been about me. And when I started to realize that I'm actually bringing in another human being into my life and it has to be self-sacrificial, Mr. Krabs meme again. Me being chronically online and just seeing Pinterest photos and 30-second reels of people's weddings, that's what I thought that marriage was. And I can't even believe that I fell for it. I even fell for it. And I talk about not idolizing men and marriage and all of that. That's like a huge part of my ministry. I did it. I fell for it. So accepting the dose of reality and having the biggest reality check actually shook me to the core. I just want to say that coming out of the honeymoon phase needs to be more talked about in Christian couple relationships. Nobody talks about coming out of the honeymoon phase. We need to talk about the transition. You will at some point probably transition out of the honeymoon phase, and it might be rough. You might get wrecked. Your sense of reality might get rocked, and you might feel unstable. You might feel confused. You might feel hurt of the harshness of life that sets in after y'all been making out for 30 minutes. Like, being in a godly courtship is gonna require you to sacrifice your pride and your freaking ego. You're gonna have to put it on the shelf. And either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. And that is very telling. And for me, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to put my pride to the side for my loving fiance because I'm so freaking selfish and my flesh only cares about what I want when I want it and how I'm gonna get it done. Period. Pillar 2 is losing friends and feeling failed by people. And feeling failed by people in your engagement season. When I tell you, you are going to see people's true colors. You're going to see people's truest form when you get engaged. I'm telling you, something in people snap. Oh, you guys, people have told me this my entire existence. People have told me from the time that I was young, like, people are you're going to see people's true colors when you get engaged or when you get married. Obviously, also when you have a baby and if there's a death, you are going to see people for who they are. People are going to reveal themselves. And for a while, you guys, I got engaged in March. I didn't start to see people switch up until September, which was when I had my engagement party. I'm going to give you 2 quick stories. I have a cousin, and my cousin knew about my engagement party, knew, RSVP'd, all this stuff. The day before my engagement party, it was my birthday. My cousin DMs me and says, happy birthday, I'm so excited to celebrate you tomorrow at your engagement party. Did my cousin, my own family, show up at all? No. Did they call? No. Did they send a card? No. Did they give some sort of explanation why they did not show up for me? No. Mind you, my engagement party is like a mini wedding because my wedding will be in a different country. This was a big deal. My own family members. I had another really amazing friend who is no longer my friend. Text me when I invited them to my engagement party and said, hey, I'm going to have to pray about my attendance coming to your engagement party because it could be very triggering for me. That type of behavior is going to come up. And by golly, Miss Molly, it has taken everything in me this season to even try to have a sliver of grace with people. I'm just being so honest, you guys. I wish I could sit here and say that I allow people to treat me however they want and I sing kumbaya. No, I'd be a liar. I'd be a dang liar. Be prepared for people to treat you like the bottom of their shoe and not give any type of explanation, not be kind or considerate or nice or kind or whatever. Be prepared for people that are genuinely close to you to treat you horribly. My biggest tip right now, give God the ultimate authority to rewrite your inner circle. I'm telling you, the more that you try to hold on to these people who genuinely don't care and who don't give a rat's about you in this season, let God take them out. Pillar number 3 is premarital counseling. Oh, we are about to get into it. Premarital counseling. And on the side, an asterisk, I put the conflict nobody talks about. First of all, every single couple under the sound of my voice better be going to premarital counseling before you get married. If you get married without premarital counseling, you are setting yourself up for deep failure in the beginning stages of your marriage. You must go seek out premarital counselors. I don't care if you got to pay for it. Your church better be providing it for free. Okay, something like that. Go to premarital counseling no matter what. In counseling, it will open up so many wounds, differences, and the most uncomfortable conversations on planet Earth. You need to be having these before you get married. And one of the things that I would even go so far as to say, if this is a person that you truly want to marry, I highly would recommend doing pre-engagement classes, courses, or conversations. How does your partner feel about money? How does your partner feel about financially supporting elderly parents? What sin has your partner been in prior to this relationship? Is your partner addicted to certain things? Does your partner have deep childhood trauma that they are still working through? All of these things have to be addressed before you guys get married. The reason why you're going to fight more with your fiance is because you are digging. You are doing deep digging into each partner to make sure that you guys are chatting and resolving real issues before you get married. Love is not enough. Love is not enough. Y'all, don't take any type of relationship advice from me because I am literally not qualified. But when I tell you guys, love is not enough. And I hope that that's not some sort of new concept. You better have Christ. You better have Christ in the center. You better have healthy communication. Fight fair. You guys better learn to fight. If you and your partner don't know how to fight correctly and godly and righteously, that needs to be addressed immediately. Humility. If you do not have selflessness and humility, and if you have like a pride or ego problem, which guilty, that needs to be solved before you get married. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but it needs to be addressed. The other thing that is so important when stepping into a marriage is honesty. You and your partner have to be honest, truthful, and completely transparent about everything, which is also something that I deeply struggle with. I deeply struggle with vulnerability with my fiance because of my trauma, and that has boiled to the surface during our engagement, which is something I'm actively working on. Let me just tell you, if you are in premarital counseling having the most uncomfortable, tough conversations, it is going to feel like you and your partner are literally bashing heads. And you might even wonder, is this what God has for me? Because this don't feel good. What I've heard from every single person that I've confided in, it's normal. Which is a breath of fresh air to me because I literally felt, again, Mr. Krabs meme, crashing out 101. I felt like something was wrong. I was like, there's no reason why in God's green earth, me and my fiance should be bashing heads every single, 2 or 3 times a week. We are just boom, 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 boom. It is because you and essentially a stranger or whatever are becoming one. You and your partner, you and your man are becoming one. That's going to cause a ton of tension, and it's better to do it now than in your marriage. Another pillar, which is pillar 4, I think, is cross-cultural and long-distance realities. Obviously, this is very niche. If you and your man are both white from Kentucky, baby, okay? If you have found a partner that lives in a different state, let alone a different country, which is me and my fiance's little gig, wow, get ready. In premarital counseling, this is also something that's going to come up. If you and your partner come from different cultures, ooh, cross-cultural could be I am biracial, he is fully black. It could be a number of different things. It could even boil down to social economic status. All of these different things play into cross-cultural differences that will come to the forefront of your engagement. And sometimes it's gonna be pressure. Long distance realities for me, I thank God on my hands and knees that me and my fiance are from different countries because I would have been cracked. I would have cracked him. Matter of fact, we both would have been cracked because Lord knows he's a handsome man. Love him down. Long distance is a beast. It's a beast. Him and I have been together for close to 2 years, and it's been long distance the entire time. I think long distance during the engagement is hard because not only are you experiencing so much conflict and tension and confusion and pressure and stress from planning a wedding, but you can't see your man face to face. So everything you do is virtual. I think that there's an emotional cost that comes into not only being cross-cultural, but being long distance. The emotional weight of those two things alone in an engagement period adds on. It's literally like the vanilla freaking frosting and that cherry on top. I'm telling you, that's just that spice right on top of a very pressurized season. I'm talking citizenship, visa, laws, timelines. This is my 13th reason. I love you guys vigorously. I am going to make a part 2. You guys just know my attention span, but let me just say this right here, right now. I am blessed beyond belief to be stressed about, coming together with my fiance. I'm so excited. He is so delicioso. Love him down. I don't know why nobody talks about the realities of the engagement period unless you have to dig and ask people. Like, planning a wedding is stressful, but it's incredible. Like, it's so fun. But behind the wedding planning, you're also in the most unique season that you will probably ever be in with your future spouse. And I think that it's so important to talk about the reality of being engaged. It is not all frivolous and fun, fruits and sprinkles. I hope by sharing a little bit of my honesty behind being engaged, it will help prepare and equip other women who will be stepping into the season. I have been blessed in this season. I have been tremendously blessed. But that also doesn't mean that everything is perfect. And now just because I'm engaged, like me and my man, like we've made it. No. Satan is literally trying to bring division, confusion, and me being absolutely freaking pissed and offended. In my next video, we will be going over the other, 3 or 4 pillars that I didn't mention. And I pray to God that this information is helpful. God is so good and God is so merciful, and He will protect you in your engagement season. In the name of Jesus, I just pray a hedge of protection over every single woman that is single, engaged, married. I just pray a hedge of protection and having angels encamped around all of us, because God is so good and there's so many incredible lessons to be learned in this season. But oh my gosh, the engagement season is not as easy as people make it out to be on Instagram and TikTok, okay? May God cover you and bless you this week. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, all the things. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers by the end of the year on YouTube. I feel like that would be such a huge accomplishment. So thank you all for being here with me. I love you all, and I'll see you in part 2 next week.